Alright friends, today we are going to add a few more lines and shapes to our Klee inspired cat, and then we're going to move on with the next steps of him as well. So to start today, we are going to make a few more geometric shapes in his body. So I'm going to start by making a line that will divide this line in half. So I'm going to go from here and pull that line over to the side of his body. And then on this side, I'm actually going to make two lines. So I'm going to put one in the middle between here and here. So I'm going to put one there. And then one in the middle between here and here. Just like this. So now we have his body broken up into a few geometric shapes. At the top, we are going to put a couple of curved lines on his ears. So we might put one that curves to the side to make it look like there is a circle on this end of his ear. And then we'll put another curved line at the top of that ear. And then lastly, we're going to use some triangles in his collar to make a design. And we want our triangle to be pretty big. So I'm going to put a line that comes down to a point and back up, down to a point and back up to make my triangles, down to a point and back up. I'm going to do the same thing down here on the bottom. I'm going to go up and back down, up and back down, up and back down. So what we've done is we've made 3 triangles at the top and 3 triangles, well, 3.5 triangles at the bottom. Once we are done with those lines, we are going to move along and we're going to trace everything with Sharpie. Remember when we are using Sharpie, that Sharpie markers are permanent, which means that if you get this marker on your clothes, it is never coming off. If you get this on your hands or on your skin, it's not going to come off for a few days. You're going to have to really scrub with soap and water to get it off. So we want to make sure that you are using your Sharpie responsibly, that the lid is on your marker whenever you're not using it, and it is only making marks on your paper. Whoops, got off a line there, but that's okay. So we're going to trace all of our animal, his head. We're staying right on our pencil lines as best we can. If we get off of our line a little bit, it's okay. We can always go back and erase, which is what I will do on my oops right here. I'll just erase that line and we won't even notice it. Nice and slow, just like this. I'm going to go ahead and pause my video and finish tracing, and then we'll start back up on the next step in a second. Okay, so now that I am finished tracing everything with Sharpie, I'm going to use an eraser, and I'm going to go back. I'm going to erase some of the pencil lines where I got off of the line with my Sharpie, just to make sure that all of my lines look as neat and clean edges as possible. So just looking around where I see a little bit of pencil showing and erasing that. There's a couple little spots down here. Okay. Now that we have that done, we're going to talk about coloring in our cat. And we're going to be using 2 different groups of colors. When we group colors, one way that we can group them is by grouping them into warm colors, which are colors that remind us of something that's hot. So any reds, oranges, yellows, and pinks those are going to be warm colors. The second group of colors that we're going to learn about is called cool colors. So any colors that are blues, greens, or purples, they are in the cool color category. So you have to choose today, do I want my animal to be colored in with cool colors, blues, greens, and purples, or do I want my animal to be colored in with warm colors, which are pinks, reds, oranges, and yellows? So I think I'm going to do my animal with warm colors. So I'm going to look through my basket of crayons here, and even though I have cool colors in here, I'm not going to use them right now. So I'm going to start with a red crayon, and I'm just going to start coloring in my animal. And when we color, we need to go nice and slow, making sure that we fill in all of our white paper. We're going to color in each piece of our animal, making sure that we stop when we hit a black line. So I'm just coloring in until I get to a black line, which is a separate part of my animal's head. So I'm going to switch now. I'm going to use a different warm color. I'm going to use orange. And I'm going to color in the tips of his ear with my next warm color. I think I'll switch. I'll use a yellow over on this side. So I am sticking with only warm colors for my cat's body. So I'm using a pink here. I'm not going to cover over his eye. I'm going to stop when I get to that line, that black line. Trying to make sure that all of my white paper gets colored in. I'm going to get to his nose and I'm going to stop. I do not want to color his nose. And I do not want to cross over this black line either. So I'm just sticking inside of that area. Doing the best I can to make sure that all of the white paper gets covered. I'm going to go ahead and hit pause and finish coloring in some of these areas. Okay, so now as you can see, I have used all warm colors in my animal's body. I did not color any of the collar or the background. We are going to talk about what to do in those areas next time. So please do not color in your collar or the area around your cat. Just using either warm colors, which are pinks, reds, oranges, and yellows, or cool colors, blues, greens, and purples for your animal's body. We will start on this again next art time.